fragrance will have a wonderful combination, but the nice thing is that it's still very too many.
I don't think you would be able to give the proper attention
Exactly.
to each. What's the most that someone has?
So spicy and balsamic, right?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. I hope this video finds you well. Thank you so much for joining us today. And today I'm actually accompanied by Sue Phillips from Scentarium, and we are here in Tribeca, right?
Right.
And I just went through a custom perfume making experience, and it was phenomenal. And I'm so happy, Sue, that you were allowing me this opportunity to talk a little bit about your company on camera and a little bit about what you do.
Thank you, Stephen. I'm so happy to see you and welcome, and thank you for coming and having a fragrance journey with us. So what we do here at the Scentarium is we really create beautiful experiences, fragrance experiences. So many people don't know what kind of fragrance family they like or what fragrance family sort of type they are. Yeah. And what we do is we give you a scent personality quiz to determine your olfactive preferences, and at the end we determine, we look at the answers and it reveals if you like fresh, floral, woodsy or oriental. And we've narrowed it down because there are many more fragrance families, but we've narrowed it down to 4 easy to understand categories: fresh, floral, woodsy, oriental. Yeah. And then I take you on a fragrance journey. We evaluate all our beautiful 18 perfume blends which span the entire olfactive palette of citrus notes and woodsy and ozonic and vanilla and chypre and florals, so all a bunch of beautiful fragrance blends. And then after you've gone through the fragrance journey, select 3 or 4 that you love to create your own beautiful custom perfume. So I like to say it's educational, it's interactive, and it's entertaining.
So I would imagine that you've had a lot of clients coming in over the years. Can you tell us a little bit about how did you get started into doing this? What was it that clicked with you and you said, you know what, I need to go into helping people with bespoke perfumery?
Well, I've always had a passion for fragrance. I loved fragrance as a little girl, and you know, I've always loved the arts. So for me, growing up in South Africa, I had music and art constantly surrounded by it. And I came to America and I just fell in love with the whole perfume industry. And I was fortunate enough to work for some very large companies, Elizabeth Garden, and then Lancôme as marketing director, and then with Tiffany as vice president of marketing at Tiffany, and I created the Tiffany fragrance. Then I left to have my daughter, and I started my own business, and I just loved the idea of the fragrance experience. You know, we used to set up these beautiful fragrance training schools, and I would have music going and candles burning, and it was just a lovely environment. You walked in and you were involved in the world of the fragrance that we were creating. And so I felt that that was something that I really wanted to explore. And as the fragrance trends have shifted, going from classics to designers to celebrity scents, and now the whole idea of bespoke, to me that was just a culmination of self-expression. You know, so many people don't want to wear what everybody else wears. Right. And you know, if the current trend is fruity and they don't like fruity, well, that's over. If the current trend is woodsy and they like light, bright, citrusy, bergamot notes, then we give them the opportunity to really reflect and create who they are to match their individuality and their personality. So there's no wrong combination. I mean, all these fragrances are blends that I've created, and each one is a perfume onto its own, and they can be mixed and matched and combined so that, you know, everybody can really create their own beautiful custom fragrance.
You mentioned something that I really liked, and it really resonated with me, is that you said that this is as much of an educational experience as it is an entertaining one, or
a scent-entertaining one.
Or a scent, that's right.
Which I registered.
And I love how you don't take for granted that people will know about perfume. Right. And you guide them through everything, telling them about the top, middle, and base notes, the volatility of the different ingredients, why it's broken up and segmented in this way. And we hear these classifications all the time. We hear woodsy, we hear mossy, but it's just taking the time to just have your clients smell each and every one and knowing what they smell like individually. And you have the raw materials here in front of you, and I think the experience itself is so immersive. I really do think so.
Well, you know, that really brings music to my ears because that's the kind of experience that I want to leave my clients with, so that when they've come here, not only do they leave with their own beautiful custom fragrance, but they always say to me, Sue, I learned so much. So, you know, in an hour, they can basically learn about fragrance, the magic, the mystery of fragrance, the history of fragrance, even certain, as you said, certain words, you know, where does the word perfume come from? Well, there's a derivation, it goes back to the Latin word, perfumum, through smoke. And then we talk about where fragrances are found and how fragrances are found and what makes certain ingredients more popular than others. So I'm so happy that you enjoyed that.
Oh my God, it's been absolutely my pleasure. Really, it has.
Did you learn extra things today that you didn't know before?
I did learn extra things today. You know, it's so funny, as casually as we use the word perfume, I never actually traced back the etymology, and you told me exactly what it was. And I think, you know, taking a look at everything that we have in front of us here today and how immersive and how just involved this whole experience is, you were able to predict what my favorite notes and what my favorite accords would be. And in the beginning, if you don't mind me divulging this, but when we take the quiz, we at the end tally up the different numbers and we see how well you performed in a certain category. And I picked a lot of A's, which I guess would fall into the woodsy and the balsamic.
Outdoor, woodsy, exactly, sort of those deep, dark, sort of woodsy notes and balsamic.
You pinpointed exactly which ones I was going to like. And I mean, it sounds simple, but it's really not. I have almost 600 fragrances at home and 18 different blends. It really was spectacular.
Well, you know, what's interesting is I always like to say at the same time, never judge a book by its cover. So, you know, a lot of men love the light, bright, citrusy notes. But I can't predict that every man is going to go in that direction. And as soon as I knew your answers to your quiz, I knew that you were at this end of the table rather than that end. And it worked. It worked. So this is really about a bespoke experience. It's really, you know what the word bespoke means?
Could you enlighten us?
Sure.
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
So it's an English term,
Okay.
really meaning it speaks of one. It speaks of who you are, and the sort of literal translation is made to measure, made to order. So in England, that's where basically this term comes from. It was really related to clothing, bespoke tailoring, mostly for men. Men had their nice jackets and their nice suits, so it was really bespoke, it was custom. And as the population and as trends have become more popular, I should say, the whole idea of bespoke goes beyond custom tailoring. It goes into other categories, for instance, bespoke handbags, tote bags, bespoke vacations, bespoke food, bespoke clothing, and now it's bespoke fragrances. So it's really, what I love about this is that it can really reflect people's individuality and personality. And at the end, when they really come up with the fragrance and they try it, they say, their eyes light up saying, wow, this is great.
Yeah, and I had that same reaction here today. And you cater to a bunch of different events, weddings, bridal parties, anniversaries, whatever the case might be.
Yes, it's really, it's custom fragrance experiences for all occasions. We do a lot of team building events. We do events for corporations who want to thank and appreciate their team members or their employees or their guests or their clients. We do a lot of bridal events because it's so fun to have your own bespoke perfume for your bridal day, a special day. And by the way, it's not just for women, and as you're here, I'm so happy you're here, 40% of our business is with men, which is amazing that men will actually take the time to do the fragrance journey. And may I divulge and say we've had a few celebrities here. We've had Jamie Foxx here. Jamie came in and created a fragrance, and Katie Holmes came in here. 2 weeks ago I had Zendaya Coleman. She's a new up-and-coming actress. So it's not just for celebrities, but we do it for men, for women, for individuals, for groups, for corporations, for team building. Anybody who wants to love fragrance and have their own fragrance experience.
Well, Sue, thank you very much for having me here. Thank you for running me throughout the entire experience. I think it's a really wonderful service that you're providing to the industry and the community. And I'm going to leave all the information down below. So if you are in the New York City area and you are, interested in going through this wonderful experience, the phone number, the address, everything's going to be down below. The website. And do you have a Facebook page or an Instagram?
I have it all. Instagram, I'm at Scentfully
Okay.
Twitter at Scentfully Instagram, Facebook is Scentfully and Sue Phillips. So just find Sue Phillips Fragrance Expert and you'll find me.
You know what? Then let's turn this into a little bit of a giveaway. I will give away some of the blends that I walked home with today if you will just follow Sue on any one of those social media accounts. So if you go down below, whether it be Instagram or Twitter, if you decide to follow on any one of those and then just leave a comment down below saying you did so, I will enter you into the giveaway and you'll have a chance to win a few samples or a little decant. So thank you again, Sue. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anytime. So
Thank
guys,
you.
Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for future videos, and we'll see you in the next episode.